Hey guys, Jim the Stellar Reseller here. Wanted to bring you guys a little video about some tips, tricks, and ways I do shipping. Um, I want to show you guys what types of items I use to ship out my items, how I protect them, and just the basics of how I ship my items. Okay? One of the most common things I use to ship most of my items are these right here. Okay? Padded flat rate envelopes. You can order these in a bunch of different quantities from USPS, and they're free, and a lot of different items fit in these. Okay, I use it for a lot of clothing and some electronics, small electronic items, but a lot of clothing fit in these, and they're cheaper because they're a flat rate. Okay, no matter how much this weighs, up to, not sure, might be 15 or so pounds, I'm not sure, but up to like 15 pounds, it's a flat rate. So these are a great thing to have in your shipping. If you have a shipping room or just a place where you keep your supplies, make sure to order some of these and keep these in stock. Okay. And lately, since eBay now gives a credit for their eBay branded shipping supplies, I have been getting some bubble mailers off of eBay. And to be honest, I think they're great quality mailers. As you can see, they have the two strips here, and then you can tear to make it easier. But what I actually do is just pull the sticky stuff off of both and close it, because it seals the mailer so much better, and there's not really a risk of having it open before it gets to the customer. So the eBay branded bubble mailers are a really good tool. They're a little more expensive than if you would buy them from another eBay seller, but since I get a credit, and some of you may get a credit because you have an eBay store, you might as well use it on something, and these are a great tool. Okay, another tool I use are USPS boxes. Okay, they have flat rate boxes, regional A, regional B boxes, many different sizes and shapes of their boxes, and they're all free. Great way to have shipping supplies if you can't get readily available boxes elsewhere. These are free, so you don't have to buy them. And even if your item doesn't fit in these, you can, if they're not flat rate or regional A or regional B, keep that in mind. But if they're not those, you can use multiple of these and tape them together. That's perfectly fine with USPS as long as it's secure, and they don't mind that. And I do that all the time. I telescope the boxes to make boxes. So that's a great tool to keep in your shipping supply room or area. Another thing I use is plastic wrap. Okay, plastic wrap is a great tool because if you have an item with many pieces, this will help keep them together. Or what I also like to do is, like, if I have a box and it tends to come open at the flap right there or whatever, I like to wrap the whole box in this before I put the box in another box, just so the items inside the box don't come loose and get damaged in shipment. I think plastic wrap can make a great tool for that. Also, if you have like collectible items that are in a box, the box may be collectible, and you don't want the box to get damaged or surface scratches or anything, I will actually wrap the box loosely, so it's not as to damage the box, but loosely wrap it in plastic wrap, and that protects the box from getting any surface scratches or little dings. I will wrap it a couple times and then wrap the box in bubble wrap, of course. I order my bubble wrap in bulk. I get a couple of these at a time, and I use bubble wrap all the time. You can't use too much bubble wrap because it really saves your butt if you are shipping electronics or anything that could break, I recommend using the little or the big bubble. The big bubble's better for better electronics. I use the little bubble for a lot of other things too. Um, and then box filler. A lot of you use peanuts, but with electronics, they can be super messy and they can get inside of electronics and stuff. And I don't really like to use them, okay? So what I use is craft paper, okay? And I order this in giant rolls. I'll show you the roll that I order this in. I just got one delivered yesterday. I order the craft paper in a big 3-foot, 40 pound roll, okay? It costs me like $46 for that. But that amount of craft paper will be box filler for at least 6 months. Okay? So, and it saves me money. Honestly, I think it's cheaper than packing peanuts. And it's also better if you're selling electronics and stuff. So the packing peanuts don't get in the electronics and everything. And then naturally, you have to have a tape gun. It makes shipping so much easier. It really helps, and since I get the credit, I get some eBay tape. Not the greatest quality tape, okay, but it's sufficient for just packing up stuff. I wrap boxes in it quite a few times, that way even if it breaks, I'm covered. Okay, pretty much that's all. I will show you guys what I use for clothing. I use these little plastic type envelopes. They're very cheap if you buy them in bulk off of eBay. There's a bunch of different sellers and you can get them fairly cheap. I haven't run across any bad quality ones yet. I'm sure there is some, but for the most part, the people selling these on eBay are fairly decent sellers and give pretty good quality of these. Okay, these probably cost me 6 cents a piece, and they're perfect for different size clothing items. You can get those in different sizes, and perfect for clothing items. And one thing I will tell you about when I ship my clothing items, I'll show you this. Just to add an extra layer of protection when shipping my clothing items, I will put them in little plastic bags, okay? They don't cost me super much. I just buy these from Walmart, these plastic bags. They're not super expensive if you get them in bulk. I buy the gallon bags, and they fit most shirts, most polo shirts, different clothing items perfectly. You can kind of press the air out against you, and then this slides perfectly into one of these. Okay, so that's a perfect way. Even if this tears, your item's still protected. Or if this gets wet inside, your item's protected. I think it's a great thing to do. Some people use the little sandwich bags and stuff, but that leaves room for them to come open and stuff, and these are just so much more secure. And it doesn't affect your profits at all because this isn't very expensive at all, and your customer is going to love it because it protects their item, and it protects this item while it's being stored. Before I had a problem one time where I bought something wool, a wool clothing item, and it actually had moth holes in it, and it had a moth on it, and that affected all of my wool inventory, and I had to go through it all and make sure there were no holes and everything. So if you can get these plastic bags big enough for the wool items you have, it's perfect for protecting them while in your care and in storage. So I just wanted to bring you that little shipping tip video today, and maybe I'll bring you another video showing how I actually pack my items. This was just a quick little video I wanted to throw out there. So thank you guys very much for subscribing. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and thank you very much. Bye-bye.